Alright guys, it's time to invoke all this method that I've written in the main method. You can see, let me just recap all what we've done so far. We created the get sales records method first, which is supposed to return a list of sales record objects, and we created an SQL statement. We loaded the JDBC driver. We open up a database connection by passing in these parameters to driver manager.get connection, and that gave us a connection to the database. We used the try with resources, and we used the connection to create the statement. We used the statement to create a result set, and we used the result set by looping through the result set and creating sales record objects and then adding it to the collection of sales records, which was a list, and then we return the list. So that's what this get sales record method did. Then we created another method called create file writer, which will take as its argument a file name, and it will return a print writer. And what we did in there is that we created a buffered writer BW and a print writer out. Then we put a try catch block, and where we created a file by passing in the file name that came in as the argument to the create file writer method, and then we check if the file exists not, and if it exists not, then we say file that creates new file, which will create a new file if the file exists not. And we now use the new file to create a file writer, and then we use the file writer to create a buffered writer, and then we use the buffered writer to instantiate a print writer, and then we return the print writer. So that's what the create file writer does in this method. Then in the next method, we created a generate HTML method, which takes as this argument a list of sales records, which we intend to retrieve from this get sales records method, and then it takes another argument as a print writer out, which we retrieve to which we intend to retrieve from the print writer method. So we use the print writer out to spit out HTML code using the out.println method, and then we did some dynamic stuff here by moving through this for loop and then spitting out the contents of the sales record objects in between these TD tags that are in the TR tags. Okay, then we close the table tag, close the div tag, close the body tag, close the HTML tag, and also close the print writer. So now what we need to do is to invoke these methods in the main method. So this is the real deal. So the next thing we need to do is we need to ask the user to provide the file name when the program is run. So we say string file name is equals to j option pen, which is something that helps us to show dialog boxes. So we say show input dialog, and message is gonna be simple, please enter the file name. I will go to the next line and say example records.html. Okay, so that's how we retrieve the file name. So now we are gonna use a try catch block, because some of these methods, they do throw exceptions, don't they? We are going to instantiate an instance of this class that we are in, which is generate dynamic web page. So I'm going to instantiate the instance of this class. I'll call this a generate dynamic web page, GDW. Okay, then it's going to be equal to new generate dynamic web page. Pretty straightforward, huh? I'm going to create a list. A list of what? Sales record. And I'll simply call the list records. Could have called it anything else, maybe sales records, but I'm getting lazy. So I said GDW dot get sales records. Recall, I am invoking this get sales record method, which is supposed to return a list of sales record, and that's what it's gonna do, because records is an instance of a list of sales records. And so the GDW dot get sales record returns it. You see the reason why I had a try block, because I want to handle class not found exception and SQ exception. So I need to catch class not found exception exception. Trust me, I can spell exception, huh? And I need to also catch SQL exception. I'm gonna call both of them XCP, and I'm gonna say XCP dot print stack trace. The print stack trace is gonna take a print stream, so I'm gonna say system dot out dot print line. Oops, not system dot. I would say system dot error, which is the error output stream. Okay, so man, I'm really feeling sleepy, so I hope what I'm saying is right. Okay, so this records is an instance of a list, and I really forgot what I'm supposed to do now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna create a print writer. I'm gonna call it out to be equal to GDW dot get create file writer, which will take as its argument the file name. Good suggestion by Eclipse, because my brain is getting dull now. And GDW.create file writer. What was the problem with it? Create file writer. Oh, it throws IO exceptions, so therefore I need to catch IO exception, add it to the list of exceptions. Okay, good. I'm still on track. So the next thing I need to do is to call the method that will generate the HTML, and it requires the sales record and the print writer. Okay, that's the list and the print writer objects. So create HTML. Yes, that's the name of the method I'm supposed to call. So I'll simply say GDW dot, what was it, generate HTML. So takes as argument sales records and a print writer. A list of sales records and a print writer. Am I right? No, I pass in records in here because records is a list of sales records. Yeah, it is. So GDW.generate HTML is supposed to generate the HTML code. Am I missing something here? I think not. So I believe this program is good to go. Oops, one more thing. I need to add a Java statement that will open up that file once it has been created. Okay, so I'll say file is equals to new file, and I'm gonna pass in file name. Here we go, and I'm gonna say desktop dot, if I can remember, get desktop dot open the file, and that's what will open the file. Once I run the program successfully, it opens the file up, and I'm sure if it's a HTML file, it's gonna open it up in the web browser, because we're supposed to enter the file name, example whatever .html, like records.html. Okay, okay, see you in the next video tutorial.